Okay. Don't go. I know that this is like a blank screen, but it won't be blank forever. And I know it's a long video, but it's worth your time. Probably. Actually, no. It's not worth your time. But you should still stick around. It's gonna be fun. Basically, the prompt for this episode was for we got Lackadaisical, Widdershins, and I, and we each made our own slideshow that we would present, and each slide had to be extremely weird, silly, or just absolutely random. We had complete creative liberty on this theme, and Unnamed Child would be the judge of the slides and see which one was better, or he'd hand out individual rewards to each of them. So if you want to see all of the slides and know who won, make sure you stick around till the end of the video. And yeah, enjoy.
Give me a sec. Oh my god, I've just been recording this whole time.
Okay,
whatever.
I'm recording.
Whatever, it's fine. Okay, I'm recording.
I'm recording.
Alright, I'm good.
Alright. So, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Okay. I got it.
I think I got it too.
Okay, Lackadaisical, if you would please.
3, 2, 1. Kapow! Welcome to another episode of the... Here, now go on.
Oh yeah, wait. We're doing like it per slide.
Squadcast!
Alright,
We're
supposed to
doing
be
it per slide,
slide.
right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna go with mine. Okay, are you guys ready?
We are prepared.
Alright.
Oh
Is
yeah.
everyone watching? Okay.
Give me a second.
Help.
I need to click watch. It's loading. Okay, blank.
Unloading times.
Okay, do you see it? Is everyone
Alright.
seeing it?
See it.
Yes.
It's very
Yes, we see
blank.
it.
Okay. Welcome everyone to my slide. It's an educational slide. Today
Oh.
I'm going to teach you how to presentation
Oh.
by me.
I already enjoy this.
Okay.
This is already
well,
very good.
Step 1. Write in paragraph form exactly what you're going to say during the presentation instead of using bullet points. That way, the audience is more focused on reading than really listening to what you're saying or even understanding what you're trying to say in the text in the first place. Make sure that you write it in a sort of like a Google Doc, but on a slide, because those two formats clearly go hand in hand. Also, be sure to do it in a font size that is just small enough to be kind of hard to read, but just big enough to make people think that they should try anyways. Also, be sure to leave a big empty part at the bottom because it's paragraph format and you ran out of things to write about.
Oh
Step
yes.
2, choose an image that's not actually transparent. Sometimes you want like a slightly white background, but like a little bit gray. But you know, like the transparent trickery is also a good touch. Make sure that the background does not match the slide background, no matter what background it is. And it'd be best if it was like almost matching. And the image has to be uncomfortably close to the border and it's blocking some of the words. And here's a little extra detail I added, which is that the last bullet point is like just spacing. It's not exact. I hope you pay attention to the little details that I put into my slides. Next, ignore all of your previous themes and consistencies and have absolutely no reason to. And also have like 2 points on this one slide and it has absolutely no reason to be in the presentation. Next, you want to go back to the original theme, kind of. It's like similar enough, but just ignore the fact that you're doing like the step-by-step pattern. And also use different bullet points. And also keep the format the same, so that way there's some sort of similarity. But then make the last bullet point a different color and a different size by a little bit. And then make it the last one so that the slide feels really uneven. And with how different the bottom point is from the rest of the points, which I mentioned earlier. So, yeah.
How would you do this?
Next, make
Oh,
one
no.
slide that's like all GIFs and memes
no.
that aren't even like a little bit funny. But also have the title like extremely uncomfortably close to the text because it's 2 lines. And use numbers when addressing small numbers like 1, 3, and others. I'm just gonna linger on this slide because
Oh.
we're all ducks.
I'd
You need
rather
to
if you
absorb its
didn't.
power.
Moving on.
Some of these might be geese, though.
And
Inconsistency
don't
is key.
forget your very slow transitions and some awfully
Oh, no.
delicious animations. And the text is down here now, by the way, not up there.
Ooh.
Wanted to point that out so you would realize.
It's meta.
Oh no, I
Now,
already don't
want
like what's
color?
about to happen.
Here are some few recommended palettes. You got highlight colors that really just don't mix. You got blue and yellow because that's just like a whole other situation. You've got colors that are really similar in brightness and saturation. You got this color. You got just writing with highlighting in general because that's pretty annoying, isn't it?
Oh, the pain.
And finally, URL citations. And yes,
The final
they're
nail in
all
the
about
coffin.
us. All about
Duck, duck, go, duck.
the end.
Oh no!
Oh,
Graphic design is my passion.
okay. My eyes are bleeding.
I'm just gonna. I'm writing up a review.
Why is there Arabic at the bottom of that GIF?
Taken straight from r/Arab funny.
And that is the end of my presentation.
Well,
I hope you very much did not enjoy it.
I am thoroughly not
The worst
enjoyed.
thing. I'm. So,
What a way to start.
child, have you guessed what this episode's about yet?
Google slideshow competition?
That is
Yeah.
exactly correct.
Who has the best slide? Who has the silliest, stupidest slide? Pretty much.
Who has-
Okay. Let's end the recording and then start another one.
Alright.
Three, two, one. I'm gonna have to click through a few slides, but here we go. Historically
Uh-oh.
famous doctors. If I could beat them in a rap battle. Just as a warning, I did censor the one actual swear word, but this does say.
Gasp.
Gasp! The horror.
Oh my
Oh, God.
god, you Satanist being.
So let's start with a baseline of me. What are my rap skills? In short, I can't rap. I can technically write a rhyme if I really try, but my strengths lie more in actually making rhymes or songs. I don't really think that I could pull off an entire rap. Pow. Let us start with Robert Liston. Robert Liston was born in UK in 1794. He's notorious for doing super fast, super dangerous amputations and once killed 3 people in one surgery. He killed the patient that he was operating on. He ended up killing his assistant because he cut him because he was working so fast, and a spectator reportedly died of shock. So now I have after each doctor, once I give a short brief history on them, I'm just gonna say whether or not I'd be able to beat them in a rap battle and give a little bit of their rap style. Robert Liston's a good one to start with. He's a very fast guy. I feel like he'd have very fast, tight rhymes. So, who would beat me in a rap battle? And here are some bars that I've written for.
Oh my god.
Patients can barely blink before I amputate their arm. Hippocratic and erratic, I can do
Oh
no
my
harm.
God,
To bring
this
us that
is
time,
too
I ended up
good.
with 3 bodies for 1. You're jealous of this fella who can get his job done.
Oh my god.
Damn.
This is too
Wilhelm
good.
Reich. Quiet. Wilhelm Reich, friend of Sigmund Freud, notable weirdo. Believes sexual energy was vital to medicine. He made a weird sex box that Albert Einstein allegedly used. I looked into what the box is, and it's apparently just a box that you sit in naked. Also, his hair sucks. Literally, look at it. It's the worst thing I've... This guy cannot rap. I could have beat this wacko in a rap battle. I had originally written words there, or a single word, but I had censored it out of politeness.
How
Barry. I
considerate.
don't have much to say about James Barry, because James Barry is just a doctor that I genuinely admire. He saved a lot of lives in Africa, specifically doing a lot of C-sections, and was the first ever reported trans doctor. It was only discovered that he was trans because his corpse was defaced, which is terrible, but history... I feel like you would lose, I would lose, but it would end up being pretty fun. You just have fun with it, just... As you can see, clearly you are no match for me. Section C, sir, please, the name is Dr. Barry.
Rhymes.
It's very
He's
good.
got
Fire.
swag. William Halstead. I think William Halstead is one of the weirdest and coolest people ever. So, William Halstead created the radical mastectomy, the residency program in the US, which are both major things, and this guy literally invented rubber gloves. It's because his wife, who was always come home with like chapped hands and he didn't want her hands to get all hurt, so he invented rubber gloves for her. He is addicted to cocaine and morphine though. But only because he doesn't know how to rap. I don't think that he would understand. He would just kind of use a format. My name is Dr. William Halstead and I'm here to say I'm a medical professional. My wife, Caroline Hampton, is my queen. I'm criminally addicted to more. And finally, we have Pliny the Elder. He has no idea what science is. He is very old. A lot of his medicine is not really bad soup that you put in a non-mouth area. And God, really
Non-mouth, what does that mean?
Now, see, I'll explain that in a second with the rap. I would win, but just because he makes terrible soup. I quoted word for word. For a toothache, here is my belief. Earthworms boiled in oil and injected into the ear on the side affected afford considerable relief. For bloodshot eyes, it never stops. The blood of a dove or pigeon or partridge or turtle dove as drops. Thus end.
Alright.
If you're
I don't
not going to
think
beat them in a rap.
That's pretty legendary. There's two, because this one is very fast. So there's this little handy little thing you can do with slideshows.
Oh my gosh, I've
if
seen
you if you press the right arrow very fast, or if you just hold the right arrow, it will flip through the slides at an extremely fast rate. So I figured, we could do some animation with this. So I have made an animation using Google Slideshow.
Nice.
So
Wow.
once the little bar at the bottom finishes loading, because this is over 500
God.
slides long. Over 500 slides long. I
Yikes.
think I started working on this in like 7th grade, and I only finished it tonight. So
Wow.
I'm just gonna hold the right arrow, and you can see what happens.
Oh!
Maybe I should
Epilepsy
give it a
warning! Epilepsy
Epilepsy
warning!
warning.
It's flashing so much.
Oh no!
It looks amazing, but it's definitely flashing a lot.
Is it lagging?
No, it's lagging a lot.
Oh.
I can't tell what's going on.
Oh God,
At least
it's
the
lagging.
epilepsy is worse.
I just see the letter S.
Oh no! So long.
Is it gonna say so long? Oh no, wait. Just so long.
No.
I was actually gonna make it so it would say so long and thanks for all the fish, but that took too much time. I just gave
That was
up.
amazing.
Wow.
Okay, so that's slideshow number 1.
It's like those people that animate in PowerPoint.
Yeah.
That's
You
really
cannot
impressive.
defeat me. I animate in slides.
We should do Squadcast,
Alright, y'all can
but
see this?
animated on PowerPoint.
Oh god. That'd be horrible.
Alright, so y'all see this, right?
Yep.
Oh.
So, y'all just gave
It's
me
loading
free
for me.
range on whatever the hell I wanted to talk about. So this is what we're talking about.
Oh no.
What is the best number? It's about time we found out.
Oh my gosh.
This is the most Widdershins thing I've ever
So,
heard.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the basic numbers, the irrationals, the constants. I was also gonna have a couple that were pilfered straight from Numberphile, which is a YouTube channel. Go subscribe. But I ran out of time. Sad face. I apologize in advance if I missed your favorite number. So, like all of my slides, I shall do this one in a dangerously underprepared and non-professional manner. So let's do this. The basics. I'm gonna go through the fast because there's a lot here. Zero. Zero helped us replace the Roman numerals with the Arabic numerals, which is flippin' lit. X divided by 0, that's the big no-no. X times 0, that's just 0. It's also pretty cool. 0 is literally nothing, which is surprisingly interesting. Infinite zeros is just, 0. Well, 1 is plain, solid number, technically the first prime, and the first square, and the first cube, etc., but just shut up. The first number in a lot of sequences, Fibonacci, etc., closest to the whole number, square root 2. That's good. Base 2, flipping lit, just about as pure as you can get when it comes to numbers. 2D is good, also the first prime, because 1 doesn't count. 3 only shines when it comes to geometry, where it wins no questions asked. Everything else, 2 is better. 3D is good. Magic number, because 3 is the magic number, Also closest digit to pi. 4. First square number, although most of that glory is caused by 2. Good at tiling the grid. Unlucky. I wish humans had 6 fingers. 5 is extremely suboptimal when it comes to counting. The only reason it's not as bad as 7 is because we have base 10. 6. It's so much better than 5. Hexagons, aka bestagons, versus pentagons. Base 6 versus base 5. Ordivisible versus prime. 6 is just superior than 5. 7 is even worse than 5 when it comes to divisibility. Again, though, it's only because base 10, very likely to be picked if you ask a human to make a random number 1d10. 8. First cubic, although again, that glory is just shedding from 2. 9. Second square, last numeral. Not all that interesting otherwise. Let's keep going.
You can
Alright.
spell otherwise.
Yeah, this is really
Oh,
long, which
God.
is why I'm talking fast. Slightly larger basics. Same deal with blue this time. Oh yeah, blue means that it actually has a chance of winning everything else I just kind of threw in because it's fun. 10. Decimal counting is really suboptimal. That's why we're stuck, but we're stuck with it for the time being. Probably the best number, 10 is, for hardcore decimal supporters, which I am not. 12. The decimal counting system is the best in my opinion for humanoids, although 12 is slightly stained by its relationship to the imperial system of measurement, because feet suck. Right? 12 inches, just no. 13.
Oh,
Quite
God.
enough prime. Unlucky connotations must really suck for it. 16. Hexadecimal is a close second for counting systems, although Wikipedia and the rest of the internet seems to like it more. 16. Also great birthday year. Snickerdoodle. Cough, cough. 20. Nothing too...
Hey!
20. Kind of... 20 is just boring. 25. Why do we use this more than 20? Is it because of the 50 thing? Probably. 42. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. 64. The Minecraft is very nice. 69. Nice. 99. Highest 2-digit decimal counting digit. We're still going. Even larger basics. 100. Decimal squared, which is kinda neat. 360. It's a fine, cool number of degrees, but radians are just superior. Although I will say that 2 pi no scope doesn't sound as cool. 365. It's a fine number of days to have in a year, but there could be a lot better numbers. 420. Lol. 2048. Great game. Google. Cool company. Can't wait till they rule us all.
Oh
Rationals.
no!
Pi. By far the most famous for all the rationals. Probably the one you're most probably the most useful too. It just kind of shows up everywhere in math. You can never escape pi. Golden ratio. Another cool approximate. Approximately 1.6818. Shows up everywhere, but it's much more in the real world than pi. You can also make a ton of cool art stuff with it. It's closely entangled with the Fibonacci sequence. There's a bunch of math stuff. I don't have time to explain it. Square root 2. The ratio of the side length of ISO paper is square root 2, which is awesome. Look it up. More interesting than square root 1. Pythagoras. Alright, silver ratio. Literally just 1 plus square root 2, which is boring as hell. E. Really quite math, finance, probability, etc. Its own derivative. Pretty lit. Still going. I just thought I would throw these in, because why not? In fact, in 1983, the meter became defined as the distance traveled by light in 1 over 2,999,000. No, I said that wrong, damn it. 299,700,548th of a second. Pretty useful in physics. Planck's constant. I'm not going to say that. Defines kilograms, essential to quantum mechanics. Avogadro. Also not going to say that. Atoms per mole. Quite useful in chemistry. Great. I don't know why it's in there twice. Other. Why is that?
Oh no!
Oh, the large lad.
Let's just leave that in the corner of the screen. Just have that
That's
be there
gonna
for a
stay
little
there for the
bit.
rest of the video.
Okay. So infinity, officially known as the large lad. Infinity is just that, all of the numbers. Infinitesimal, 1 over infinity. Quite useful in a number of ways, mostly about proving things using calculus and magic, aka, yeah, just magic, BS. Okay, square root -1, complex numbers, imaginary numbers, whatever you want to call it, pretty darn useful, and the square root -1 to the power of x cycle is fun. Times in general, pretty cool and surprisingly useful, but in a different way than complex numbers. Negative numbers. It was super lit back in 6th grade, but their novelty is worn off now. Now they're just kind of plain. X is the superstar number, and it might actually be the best number because it can be all of them. Then again, it's not actually a number, so it can't really hold the title of best number. Same goes for Y, Z, A, B, C, Theta, Alpha, Beta, etc. Next slide. Alright, so this is the final contenders. We have square root 1, which is basically the girlfriend from another school trope, but if it was a number. 0 is nihilism. Not too hot, not too cold.
No!
Plain porridge as a number. Square root 2 is the weird uncle of the irrationals. Golden ratio got scanned by pi. 2 is just base 2. That's really the only interesting thing. E is the most likely to become an accountant or some other boring job like that. E, of course, the magic number. Pi is the Chad. 6 is the bee god, and 12 is decimal, but that's like the only thing interesting about it. 16, same thing, but with hexadecimal. So now we shall see which ones get knocked off. There goes the bee god. I probably should have made these.
Oh no!
Alright, next up, hexadecimal. Too bad.
Is it so slow?
Yeah, I probably should have made this quicker. I don't think I can click through it, which is unfortunate. Let's see.
You can click through it.
One. Again.
Click, click.
There you go. There you go. Pi, the Chad number. He is the ultimate number. I reigns supreme.
Oh no! Oh no!
Moral of the story,
Cannot escape
you cannot
pi.
defeat Chad, no matter what scenario.
Yeah, that was my slideshow. The prompt was hella vague that you gave me, so you get what you ask for.
Oh,
Feel free to
God.
tell me how wrong I am in the comments. Alright, there we go. Is that be the
amazing.
slideshow?
So, in the end, Unnamed Child decided that Lackadaisical would win the Best Content Award for the best content. Widdershins got the best slides. And I, Snickerdoodle, got best for publication. Which basically means, like best, like marketed, presented to the world. Best for the world. I definitely did the best slide. Definitely. So, did you like that video? Don't answer that question. Make sure to check out some of our other videos. Make sure to subscribe. And let us know what your favorite slide was out of the bunch. Or what slide you would come up with. We'd love to hear your ideas. Yeah, that's all. Have a good day.